Good evening, everyone. This is Robert RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1976 Pennant race is on the air. Today's date is September 5th, 76. We are at William H. Shea Stadium as today the Philadelphia Phillies take on the greatest baseball team ever, the New York Mets. Well, so I think they're the greatest baseball team ever. Steeler fan 1933 joins us first here at Shea Stadium. We got a big one tonight, and it is important. Let's take a look at the standings here. The New York Yankees, their magic number is 8. They should clinch the division probably next week. The Cleveland Indians at 69 wins now have a 4-win lead on Boston. Baltimore still alive, only a game back of the Red Sox for third. American League Central, the Oakland Athletics are barely in front of Kansas City, holding on to the division lead here. California at 72 wins, 3 back. Minnesota is 4 back of California, and the Rangers are beginning to fade. Tonight's game, the Phillies at 77 and 56 lead the National League East. The Pittsburgh Pirates are actually a game and a half back of them. And the Mets are in third. They are still 3 back of the Pirates. So the Mets need to win games to get into second place, which pretty much should guarantee a wild card series, maybe not the wild card playoff. However, in the National League West, the Reds, their magic number right now is 13 to win that division. The Astros are in second at 74 and 64. The Dodgers have fallen back to 500. The Padres are now in fourth, and the Giants are in fifth. So anything's possible as we continue to move forward here in this division in the pennant race. But tonight's game is important for both these teams. The Phillies historically won this game 3-1. It was actually a pitcher's duel between these two, as Michael Peterson joins us here at Shea Stadium. So we should have an exciting game tonight, and let's see what happens. Philadelphia won the game 3-1. There were 14 hits and an error combined between the two. Let's get started. Let's play some Mets baseball. Big important game, and a couple of ball players in the lineups. That, remember, September call-ups. Kind of interesting that normally these teams are already out of it, but in my league, they got something to play for. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets will be Mickey Lolich. 8 wins, 13 losses. A 3.22 ERA. He gets the call tonight for the Mets. Let's get started. Top of the first inning, leading off for the Phillies. Second baseman Dave Cash. He had .284 average, a homer, 56 RBIs, using red, orange, and white for the Mets. They are the home team. Important game here at Shea Stadium. Phillies and the Mets. Can the Mets move up and get a big win on the Phillies? Let's get started. Lolich's first pitch, 6-3. That's a strikeout. 17 is way too high. As you know, Shea Stadium adds 5 to strikeouts and subtracts 1 from walks. But Cash didn't strike out much that year. 3-3, star 4, and he starts out with a grounder to second. That is out number 1. Next batter, center fielder Gary Maddox. .330 average, 6 homers, 68 RBIs that season. Keith White joins us here at Shea Stadium. Lolich, 1-1, strikeout, 8, got him. He struck out Maddox. That'll be strikeout number 1 for Lolich, 120 strikeouts that season. Lolich, of course, was already in the declining years. He had a record of 8 wins and 13 losses. Kind of tells you that even though his ERA was 3.22, remember, the Mets in 76 had the best pitching staff in baseball. They just couldn't hit. Next up for the Phillies, third baseman Michael Jack Schmidt, .262 average, 38 homers, 107 RBIs. This Phillies team is going to be very tough to beat in the playoffs. I'm very sure of it. Lolich, 6-6. That's a double. That is 6-6 against a righty. That's a blank. Schmidt will go ahead and swing 1-4, and he grounds it to third, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Lolich. Not a bad start if you're a Mets fan. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies is Larry Christensen. 13 wins, 8 losses, a 3.68 ERA. He gets the call for the Phillies tonight. Leading off for the Mets, center fielder Bruce Beauclair, 287 average, 2 homers, 13 RBIs. The Mets have a few players in the lineup that usually did not see much playing time this year. Remember, this is September call-ups. Christensen, 4-6, that's blank. Beauclair, 1-3, and Beauclair smacks a double to center field to get the Mets a man on second base. Good leadoff hit by Beauclair, and he will hold at second with a leadoff double. So Beauclair on at second. And the next batter for the Mets will be Mike Phillips. Phillips is at second base tonight, 256 average, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Anything on the bases, that is a 3. No. Beauclair will stay at second. Christensen looking on, although I don't hit and run with runners on second base. Christensen will pitch. 3-4. That is a blank. He is not tired. Phillips will swing. 3-3. That's a ground ball to short. The throw goes to first for out number 1. Beauclair, a 3 or less, he'll make third. And he does. So it's a slow rolling grounder, but Beauclair will make third base, and that is out number 1 on a grounder to short. Next up for the Mets is left fielder Billy Baldwin. He's a September call-up, only had 22 at-bats in 76, 273 average, a homer, 5 RBIs. So a Billy Baldwin, who probably nobody knows who he is, but he is in the starting lineup tonight. The Phillies are going to call the infield in. They're not going to try to allow Beauclair to come in. Christensen, anything on the bases, that is a 13, nothing happening. Christensen will go ahead and pitch. 4-1, double question mark. Baldwin a lefty, a 1-9 is a single up the middle. That is a 20, it's too high. Baldwin will swing. 1-2, and he it's a fly ball to right field. That's out number 2, but Baldwin has a sacrifice fly rating of 6. That means Beauclair will automatically score from third, and the Mets are on the board first, 1-0. Automatic sacrifice fly from Billy Baldwin, and he gets the Mets on the board first. So in comes a run for the Mets, and that will be a sacrifice fly. Next batter for the Mets, Dave King Kong Kingman. Kingman is in right field tonight, 238 average, 37 bombs, 86 RBIs that year. 2 outs, Mets already ahead, 1-0. Pitch from Christensen, 6-1, that's a blank. Kingman will swing 2-5, and that's a grounder to short, and that will end the inning. Mets pick up 1 run on 1 hit and a sacrifice fly. And a nice way for the Mets to start off. They lead 1-0 after 1. Timeout for 1 second. Turn on my other light. We go to the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Phillies, left fielder Greg Luzinski, 304 average, 21 homers, 95 RBIs. One of the original beast modes, like him and Pedro Guerrero from the 80s. Lolich will go ahead and pitch, and that is a 1-6. That's at the park. Shea Stadium will say 4-3. That's a star 2 and a grounder to short. And that's the first out. Next up for the Phillies, first baseman Dick Allen, who I believe recently passed away. Dick Allen, 268 average, 15 homers, 49 RBIs. He is at first base for the Phillies tonight. Lolich will go ahead and pitch. 3-2, that's a walk. That 4 will walk Allen with no problem at all, and he will trot down to first on a ball 4. First walk issued by Lolich. He had 51 of them in 76. Next up for the Phillies, right fielder Ollie Brown, 254 average, 5 homers, 30 RBIs. Mets going to double play coverage. Anything on the bases, that is an 11. Allen is going to stay at first. Lolich will go ahead and pitch. 2-6. That against a righty is a blank. Brown, 4-1. That's a ball hit to right field. That is a 10. And against the lefty, that's going to be a double for Ollie Brown. He's going to smack a double to right. Will that score Allen? Base running rating is a 3. Double to right, -1 makes it a 2. Right fielder Kingman is a 0 arm. A 1-2, Allen will score. That is a 2, and he does. The Mets get the lead, but the Phillies take it right back on an RBI double by Ollie Brown. And we are tied at 1. Bob B joins us here at Shea Stadium. Ollie Brown, RBI double, and he will go to second base. Next batter for the Phillies is the catcher, Bob Boone. Boone, 271 average, 4 homers, 54 RBIs. Tied at 1 here, top of the second. Anything on the bases? That is a 20. Lolich has a very good pickoff chance. Throws to second and 19. No, Brown gets back. Mickey Lolich has a very good pickoff chance with a 3-11. Lolich will now pitch to Boone. That is a 4-4. And against a righty, that's a blank. Boone will swing 6-2. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. The throw will go to first for out number 2. The only way Brown can get to third is on a 6. And it's a 1, and he stays where he's at. As that was hit too hard for him to go up to move anyway. 2 outs now. Shortstop Larry Boa batting. 248 average, no bombs, 49 RBIs. And Boa is at the bottom of the lineup this time, usually at the top of the lineup. Wasn't Ollie Brown the first player drafted by the San Diego Padres? Not sure. You guys will have to check that for me. Brown on at second. Boa at the plate. Anything on the bases? That is a 15. No. Lolich will go ahead and deal. 1-5. Strikeout 10. Barely misses it. No, Boa does not strike out. Boa will swing 1-2, but he does ground out to short, and that will end the inning. 1 run for the Phillies on 1 hit, a walk, and then an RBI double by Ollie Brown, and we go to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Phillies need to win this game to try to stay ahead of the Pirates, who are right on their heels. Mets trying to win to try to get into second place and maybe catch the Phillies if the Phillies fall apart later in the month. Bottom of the second, leading off for the Mets will be first baseman Ed Kranepool, 292 average, 10 homers, 49 RBIs. Kranepool is at the plate. Christensen will deal. 1-2, that is a blank. Kranepool swings, 1-2. That's a base hit to left field. Kranepool gets himself a single. Leadoff base hit for the Mets, second time in a row that the Mets get the leadoff man on. Third baseman Roy Steiger is next, 220 average, 2 homers, 26 RBIs. Double play depth is called. And probably nothing going to happen on the bases. I doubt it. That is an 8. Nope. Christensen will go ahead and pitch to Steiger. Christensen, 4-1. That's a double question mark. Steiger, a righty. A 1-20 is a base hit right up the middle, and that will be a single. Kranepool's base running rating is a 1, but he will not make third. He will have to hold at second. So a base hit by Kranepool, and now the Mets are in business with runners at first and second. Craig Scarborough joins us here at Shea Stadium. Steiger, thank you very much there, Bob B. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Craig. Good to see you. So we have runners at first and second. And the next batter for the Mets is the catcher, John Stearns. Stearns was mostly not available most of the year, but he is in the start of this game. John Stearns, I don't care what anybody says, John Stearns was an underrated catcher. In my opinion, he was solid. Not a superstar, maybe not the Hall of the Very Good, but Stearns was solid. And I'm pretty sure you guys, and I think he's one of the top catchers in the Mets history. If you want to put Piazza and Grody and You know, all those, I think Stearns is up there somewhere. Stearns was a very solid catcher. Runners at first and second. Let's see if the Mets can get a run in. Anything on the bases? That is a 9. Nothing happening there. Ranson Sports joins us here at Shea Stadium. He was no Ted Simmons. Shut up. Christensen will pitch. 1-4. That's at the park. Shea Stadium says 3-5. That's going to be a fly out to left. That's out number 1. Kranepool's base running rating is a 1. On a fly ball to left, it becomes a -3. There's no way he's going anywhere. Kranepool's a turtle. So that's out number 1. He'll stay at second base. 1 man out. Next batter is the shortstop, Bud Harrelson. .234 average, a homer, 26 RBIs. Good old Bud. Anything on the bases? Let's see. There's our strat roll. Strat rolls is a 16, and there's nothing happening. Christensen will go ahead and pitch. And no, I'm not going to bunt with Harrelson. Christensen with the pitch. 5-6. That's a blank. Harrelson will swing. 4-2. That's a ground ball to third. Let's see where it was hit. And that is a 2. That is hit towards the line. If double play or force, it would go 5-3. So that is picked up by Schmidt. Let's see if they turn the double play. There is no pivot rating since it would be a 5-3. So 0-0-1. So the only way they turn a double play is on a 1. That is a 2. No. Kranepool is going to be out at third on the force play because his base running rating is a 1. So he doesn't beat the throw, but the runners will advance. But there are now 2 outs. The only play he had was the force at third. And there are now 2 away. So that goes as a fielder's choice. So now 2 men out, and that will bring up the pitcher, Mickey Lolich. 130 average as a hitter. We'll see if he can go ahead and get it. Injury prone? Yeah, I think so. Him and Jerry Grody actually did a lot of Grody was more of the catcher for the Mets in 76 than Stearns was. Stearns really became the catcher for the Mets for most of the late 70s and the early 80s until the Mets got some bum by the name of Carter. Some guy, they used to call him the Kid. I don't know. I think this Kid Carter would be a bench warmer. I thought he would be. 2 outs. Anything on the strat roll says a 6, and the answer is no. Christensen, 5-4 against a switch hitter left. That's going to be a base hit for Mickey Lolich. A 5-4 and against the lefty, since Lolich is a switch hitter batting on the left side, that is a single right up the middle. Base hit for Lolich. He comes through for the Mets. On a single one that will score Steger. Steger will score. Harrelson's base running rating's a 3, becomes a 4, and he will make third. And Lolich holds at first. Mickey Lolich comes through with an RBI single. And the Mets, they take the lead 2-1. Stadium cheers. EA! Section 518 cheers. EA! Is that an actual rule if the ground ball is toward the line? Yes, it is. If you can check by the chart, you can see if there's runners on first and second and it's a grounder to third, you have to see where the ball is hit. He makes a big difference if it's hit right at the third baseman, in the hole, or down the line. It makes a difference. So now 2-1 Mets as Lolich comes through, an unlikely hero. And now here's Bruce Beauclair. Beauclair is 1 for 1. He doubled his first time up. Christensen, let's see if Beauclair can get another big hit. Anything on the strat roll? The 5 says no. Christensen will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 4-1. Double question mark. Double question mark. Beauclair a lefty. A 1-9 is a single up the middle. That 15 is too high. Beauclair will swing. 3-3, and he flies out to center, and that will end the inning. 1 run for the Mets on 3 hits. And after 2, the Mets are leading 2-1. Inside pitch. Most exciting baseball tabletop game you can play. Of course, that's my opinion. A lot of people like Strat. A lot of people like APA. A lot of people like Payoff Pitch, like I do. A lot of people like Fall Classic. Pine Tar Baseball, which is a great game. They all are. Just your choice. Dave Little joins us here, and Bob's Tabletop Sports joins us here at Shea Stadium. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Phillies will be their pitcher, Larry Christensen. He batted 196 in 76. Mets leading 2-1. Pitch from Lolich. 3-2. That's a walk. That 10 is no good. Christensen, 6-3. And Christensen gets into the act too. He smacks a double to right. Oh, the pitchers are hitting tonight. Christensen smacks a double, and he will go to second. Christian says, yeah, you can, whatever you can do, I can do better. And Christensen goes to second on a leadoff double. Lolich says, okay, now we're even now. Next batter is Dave Cash. Cash is 0 for 1. Anything on the bases, I doubt Christensen would do anything. Nope. Lolich will go ahead and pitch. And History Maker Baseball is awesome. Lolich with the pitch, 3-6 against the righty. That is a blank. Cash, 6-1. That's a ball hit to center field. That is a 4 against the lefty. Cash just smacked the single. Single to center. Let's see if it scores Christensen. Base running rating is 2. Single to center, +2 is 4. Center fielder Beauclair, +1 is 5. Christensen should score. A 1-5 he does. Yes, Christensen will come in to score, and once again, this game is tied. And we're going back and forth here in this game. RBI single by Dave Cash, and we are now tied at 2. And Stratomatic, of course. Dave Cash gets an RBI single, and Lolich can't believe it. The Mets know that runs are going to come at a premium tonight. You can't give them back in the next inning, and that's what the Mets have done here. Next batter for the Phillies is Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 1. Infielder double play death. Let's see if anything on the bases. That is a 4. Nothing happening, and I don't think Maddox will go for a hit and run because Cash's stolen base rating is a 9, so no hit and run. Lolich will pitch. 2-5 against a right-hander. That is blank. Maddox, 6-4. That's a ground ball to third. Let's see if they turn the double play. 2-0-3. Second base. Phillips is a 0. A 1-3, they turn it. Yep, they do. 2 outs. 5-4-3 double play. 2 men down. That will bring up Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 1. Now with 2 outs here. Lolich knows he's got to be careful with them. 5-1, that's a walk. That's 17. No, that's too high. It is a 17, but -1 makes that a 16. So Schmidt avoids the walk. Let's see what he does with it. 5-3, and Schmidt smacks a double to left field. He doesn't get a walk, but he does get a double. And he will go to second to keep the inning alive. Another double here. Oops, that goes here. Timeout on the field for correction. So Schmidt on at second. And now here's Greg Luzinski. Luzinski is 0 for 1. Still 2 outs here in the top of the third. That is an 8. Nothing happening on the bases. Lolich, 2-1. Error on a throw. Luzinski, 4-5. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a ball hit to center field. That is a 20. And against the lefty, it's going to be too high. And that's going to be a fly out to center. And that will end the inning. There is no throwing error because there's no throw. And the inning is over. 1 run for the Phillies on 3 hits. We are tied at 2 going into the bottom of the third. Luzinski just misses a home run by a few feet. Bottom of the third. Leading off for the Mets will be Mike Phillips. Phillips is 0 for 1. Christensen ready to pitch. 3-3, that's blank. Phillips will swing. 4-1, that's a fly out to left. One man down. And here's Billy Baldwin. Baldwin sacrificed fly his last time up. One out there. Christensen going ahead and dealing. 2-2, error on a grounder. Baldwin, 6-1. And that's going to be a smack. Baldwin goes ahead and hits another big hit. 6-1. That's going to be a triple into right field. Triple to right. Now the ball has hit the Brown. His error rating is an 11. That's a 19. He will not make an error, which if he did, Baldwin would have automatically scored. But Baldwin will hold at third as he gets a triple. Smacks a triple, so he has a sacrifice fly, and now he gets a triple. He's at third now. And here is Kong. Kong is 0 for 1. The infield is going to play in, although Baldwin doesn't really have much speed, but they're going to do just that. Baldwin on at third. Kigman at the plate. Anything happening on the bases? That is a 17. No. Christensen gets ready to deal. 6-3, strikeout 9, easily gets Kingman as he strikes out a lot, and that is a K. And that is the first strikeout for Christensen. He only had 54 of them. He only had 54 Ks in 29 starts in 76. So that just tells me he was more of a finesse and a control pitcher than anything else. He was not a hard thrower. So with 2 outs, now can Ed Kranepool bring in Baldwin? Kranepool is 1 for 1. Singled his first time up. That is an 11. Nothing happening there. Christensen will go ahead and pitch. 2-6. That's a blank. Kranepool will swing. 4-6. Base hit right past the second baseman. Kranepool comes through with a base hit and RBI. Kranepool will go to first, and Baldwin comes in to score. And the Mets retake the lead, 3-2. This game is going back and forth. Stadium and Section 518 cheer. Yay! As world's worst gamer joins us here at William H. Shea Stadium. Kranepool on at first. Here's Roy Stager. Stager is 1 for 1. He had a base hit his last time up. Anything happening on the roll? That is a 7. No. Christensen will go ahead and get ready to deal. Pitch to Stager. 2-1. That's a possible error. Stager. 3-5. That's a pop fly ball to short. And that is the Boa. Boa's error rating is a 6. That's a 6. But because it's not an odd number, and in the old rule, that would be a drop pop fly. But with the new rule that Chris took from me, as I said, a pop fly should be the same as a regular fly ball because most infielders don't drop pop flies. That is a good play. There will not be an error, and the side is retired. And now I wish maybe that rule wasn't changed, but that's what happens there. 1 run for the Mets on 2 hits, and they have a 3-2 lead after 3. Inning number 4. Leading off for the Fightin' Phils will be Dick Allen. Allen walked his first time up. Lolich looking on and ready to pitch. 4-6, strikeout 10. Yes, got him, struck him out. He got him on a K. And that will be strikeout number 2 for Lolich, out number 1. Next up is Brown. Brown is 1 for 1. He doubled his first time up. Lolich coming through with the pitch. 3-4, strikeout 3, and no, he does not strike out, barely. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. He does. What am I looking at? That's a strikeout. That is a, let me make sure here. 3-4. Right. That is a K. Strikeout 9. Yeah, he's out of there. Brown strikes out. And that is strikeout number 3 for Lolich. Sometimes I read the cards a little too fast. 2 men down, and here is Boone. Boone is 0 for 1. Sports Time Machine joins us here at Shea Stadium. Utah Mike. For those of you in the chat, make sure you resubscribe to Utah Mike, please. Lolich with the pitch, 4-1. That's a blank. He is not tired. Boone, 3-5. Fly ball to right field, and that will end the inning. And finally, a good inning by Lolich. Nothing across for the Phillies, and the Mets will keep that 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th inning. Coming up to bat for the Mets will be Stearns. Stearns is 0 for 1. Christensen coming up to pitch. Let's see what he's got. 1-5. That's blank. Shea Stadium will go ahead. Let's see. 3-6. And Stearns smacks a double to center field. A 3-6, and he gets a leadoff double. Third, and that is the third out of 4 innings the Mets have gotten a leadoff hit. Stearns has a double, and he will head to second. Mets fans know that runs will be at a premium. Mets need to get runs to beat this Phillies team tonight. Bud Harrelson is next. He is 0 for 1. Anything happening on the bases? That is a 5, and the answer is no. Christensen will go ahead and pitch to Harrelson. 5-3. That is blank. Harrelson, 4-4. Base hit to center field. Harrelson gets a single. Will that score Stearns? Base running rating is a 2. Single to center, +2 is 4. Center fielder Maddox is a 0. A 1-4, Stearns will score. That is a 6. We could have an out. Maddox has an arm rating of 0. A 1-3, there will be an out. 4-6, Stearns holds at third. And he will hold at third. Stearns decides to hold at third base on a 4-6 with the new arm rating rule. So Stearns decides to hold at third base, and there will not be an out, but that is a base hit for Harrelson. On the old rule, there automatically would have been an out there somewhere, unless it was a rundown. But in this case, with the new rule now, the outfielder arm comes into play, and I think it makes a lot more sense. So now runners at the corners and nobody out. And here is Mickey Lolich. Lolich is 1 for 1. He got a base hit his last time up. The Phillies, Lolich is going to hit away. You're not going to try a squeeze bunt here because Stearns would be a dead duck. The Phillies are going to call for the infield in and make sure Stearns doesn't come in to score. Christensen will pitch to Lolich to first see if anything happening on the bases. That is a 4. Harrelson, no, nothing happening there. And no, you're not hitting running with Mickey Lolich at the plate. So they will hit away. Christensen will pitch. That's a 4-1. That's a double question mark. Lolich, a lefty, lefty switch. A 1-9 is against the lefty. A 1-9 is a base hit. That is a 6. Lolich comes through again with a single. That's a base hit for Mickey Lolich, and that is the second straight time he got a hit that way. That is a base hit. Stearns will come in to score. Harrelson, base running rating of 3. He will hold at second. There's only 1 out. And Lolich has a big RBI, has another RBI single. Mickey Lolich doing it at the plate tonight. And it is 4-2 Mets. Stadium and Section 518 cheer. Yay! We go runners at first and second now. The batter is Beauclair. Beauclair is 1 for 2. The infield is at double play depth. They're going to go talk to Christensen, see if he's all right. And they're going to stick with him here, at least here. And we're only in the bottom of the 4th inning. Strat roll says a 16. There is nothing happening. Christensen will pitch. And that's a 4-5. That's a range play. Beauclair will get to swing. 4-4. That's a ground ball back to Christensen. His range is a 1. The only way he can get this is on a 1. And no, that's going to be another base hit back through the box, through the infield for a single. Harrelson, his base running rating is a 3. He will score from second. Lolich's base running rating is a 1. He holds it second easily. He is a turtle. But it's an RBI single by Beauclair as Christensen couldn't make the play. 5-2 Mets. I just want to know where this hitting was in 1976. Could have won the World Series that year. Probably would have beaten those Reds. And believe it or not, that is the series I'm wanting. I want to put the Met rotation in a best of 5 or 7 against the Reds. I want to see if Seaver, Matlack, and Kuzman can beat those guys. But who knows what will happen. Got a lot more baseball left to play. Here's Mike Phillips. Phillips is next. He's 0 for 2. 5-2 Mets. Phillies are getting the bullpen ready to go here. Christensen is running out of batters. Let's see, infield still at double play depth. And that is a 15. Nothing happening on the bases. Christensen will pitch. 2-5. That's a walk. 16, no. Phillips will swing. 6-5. And that's a ground ball to second base. So they turn to double play. 1-0-2. Shortstop is Boa. +1 is a 3. No, they do not. It's going to be the runners will advance 1 base. The only play he had was to get Phillips out at first, and that is out number 1. That's only the first out. So runners will advance on that as they can't get the double play. And next up is Billy Baldwin. Baldwin is having he tripled his last time up and has a sacrifice fly. So he is 1 for 2. The infield is gonna play in. They don't want any more runs to come through. Section 347 groans. Rigged. Runners at second and third for the Mets. Christensen will pitch to Baldwin. I am rolling a strat. And that is a 6. No play. Christensen will pitch. 6-6. That's an error on a throw. Baldwin. 6-4, that's a line drive right to first base. That's going to be an out. Now, the ball was hit to first. That is Dick Allen. Allen's rating is an 8. That is a 15. There's not going to be a throwing error. Now, is there a double play? Let's see. The ball is hit to first base. The only double play can be Beauclair on second, and it needs to be a 5. No, Beauclair gets back. No double play, 2 outs. Line out to first, but the runners hold. So now 2 men away, and here is King Kong Kingman. Kingman is 0 for 2. You know he's due for a bomb. Infield is now back. Runners at second and third. Anything on the strat roll, that is a 17. Nothing happening there. Christensen trying to get out of the inning. He is due to bat second in the top of the 5th. Christensen, 6-5, hit by pitch, 20, not a chance. Kingman gets to swing, 5-2, and he flies out to left, and that will end the inning. But the Mets pick up 2 runs on 4 hits in this game, and doing well here in the inning, 5-2 after 4. So far, the Mets are trying to change a little of history. They historically lost this game 3-1 on that day. We go to the top of the 5th inning coming up. Larry Boa is the batter. Is 3 runs enough for Lolich? We'll find out. Boa is 0 for 1. Pitch coming from Lolich, 3-5. That's an error on a grounder. Boa. 1-5. That's a ball hit to right field. That is a 16 against the lefty. That That is way too high, and that's just going to be a fly out to right. And, of course, there's no error, so out number one because it was an error on the grounder. That's going to be it for Larry Christensen. He was due to bat. The Phillies are going to take him out. They are going to go to the bench. And pitching for, coming up to bat, for the Phillies will be Jay Johnstone. Jay Johnstone will come up to bat. And, of course, he passed away recently. Johnstone, 318 average, 5 homers, 53 RBIs. He has the most at-bats on the bench, so he automatically gets the call here. So Jay Johnstone against Lolich. 2-3, strikeout 6, got him, struck him out. And that is strikeout number 4 for Lolich. 2 men away, and here is Cash. Cash is 1 for 2. Lolich coming in to pitch. He pitches 5-5 against a righty. That is a blank. Cash will swing. 1-6. He grounds at the third. That's picked up by Stager. He'll throw to first to get the out. And a 1-2-3 inning by Lolich. Nothing doing for the Phillies halfway through, 5-2. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Mets have left, right coming up. Ed Kranepool is the leadoff batter. I think the Phillies will bring in a righty. And let's see who they're going to come up with. And they're going to go with, coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Ron Schuler. 1 win, no losses, 3 saves, a 2.90 ERA. Schuler will be the second Philly pitcher. And they'll pitch to Ed Kranepool. Bottom of the 5th, 5-2 Mets. Yes, that was a very hilarious baseball sequence, the Naked Gun. Absolutely, Dave. Schuler will deal. 6-5 against the lefty, that's blank. Kranepool will swing. 3-6, and he grounds it to short. Out at first, number 1. One man down. Stager will come up to bat next. Stager is 1 for 2. Schuler, 5-4. That's a possible error. Stager, 1-4. That's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Boa. Boa's error rating is a 6. That's an 11. He's got it. Throws to first, out number 2. As Boa makes 2 consecutive plays at short. And once again, Mr. John Stearns. Stearns hit a double his last time up. He's 1 for 2. I still say Stearns was a very underrated catcher. I felt he was solid. And I'm sure you guys, most of you would agree probably. 4-4, strikeout 5. Yep, got him. Schuler gets Stearns on a K. And the Mets go 1-2-3. And that is the first time in the ball game the Mets have not gotten a hit or a run in this game. After 5, still 5-2. Metropolitans. We go to the top of the 6th. Gary Maddox leads off for the Phillies. Maddox is 0 for 2. Let's see. Lolich still has some batters left in him. Got some dude named Alex Trevino for Alex Trevino. Oh boy. Bum. Lolich will pitch. 6-5, double question mark. Maddox, a righty. A 1-16 is a base hit past the box. That is an 11, and that's exactly what he has. Maddox has a leadoff base hit for the Phillies. He will head to first. And now Mr. Michael Jack Schmidt is next. Schmidt is 1 for 2, has a double, infield a double play death. Stearns was way better than overrated Stiff playing at Cincinnati at the time. Overrated Stiff. What, Mr. Johnny Bench? Maddox on it first. Let's see if anything on the bases. And that is a 15 no. Lolich will pitch. 4-1. That's a blank. He is not tired. Schmidt, 4-3. That's a fly out to center. Out number 1. Play is caught by Beauclair. One away, and here is Greg Luzinski. Luzinski is 0 for 2. Infield still a double play depth. Nothing happening there. Lolich, 6-5. That's a double question mark. Luzinski, a righty. A 1-16 is a base hit up the middle. That is a 13. That's a single for Luzinski. Maddox's base running rating is a 3. He will not make third. He has to hold at second. Needs to be a 4 in order to get there. And there are runners at first and second. And now the Phillies got something going on. That will bring up Dick Allen. And Allen is 0 for 1, struck out and walked in this game. Runners at first and second. Double play depth is still on. And that is a 10. No play happening there. I used to live in New York when Nelson Murphy and kind were on there and always listen to Bob Murphy on the radio for the Mets. Bob Murphy, one of the best radio announcers ever. Lolich will go ahead and pitch to Allen. Pitch from Allen, and from Lolich. That's a 6-2. That's a range play. Allen, 1-6 against the lefty. That's a fly ball to center field. That is hit to Bruce Beauclair. Beauclair's got a 4 rating out there. A 1-4. He makes the play. Yes, he does. Barely, but he got it. That's a fly ball to center. That's out number 2. Maddox's base running rating is a 3. Fly at the center, -2 is a 1. Beauclair +1 is a 2. I just don't think you try for third here. And Maddox is going to stay where he's at. So 2 men out now on a great play by Beauclair in center field. And here's Ollie Brown. Brown is 1 for 2. He has a double in the game. Harry Kalas. Oh, I loved him too. Harry Kalas was awesome. Harry Kalas and, what was the guy's name for NFL Films? What was his name? John Facenda. That's right. John Facenda for NFL Films. Him and Kalas sounded so much alike, you almost couldn't tell which one was doing it for NFL Films. Runners at first and second. Lolich will pitch to Brown. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. A 10 is a no. Lolich will pitch. 5-6, hit by pitch. 4, no. Brown will swing. 1-6, and against the lefty, Brown smacks a single past the shortstop. That will be a base hit. Maddox's base running rating's a 3. With 2 outs becomes a 4. He will score from second. So Maddox is in to score. Luzinski's base running rating's a 1. There's no way he'll make third. He stops at second, but the Phillies have a run in, and it is now 5-3. RBI single by Brown. So Ollie Brown gets himself a single, an RBI. The next batter is Bob Boone. It's now 5-3 in favor of the Mets. They don't groan too quick yet. Boone is 0 for 2. They're wondering how much Lolich has got. Lolich has got 2 more batters left in him before the Mets have to probably go to the bullpen. 2 outs. Anything happening on the bases? That is a 13 no. Lolich will go ahead and pitch. 1-3 against the righty. That's a blank. Boone will swing. 3-5, and that's a fly ball to right field. That'll be caught by Kong, and that will end the inning. 1 run on 3 hits for the Phillies. They get closer, but it's still 5-3. Bottom of the 6th, Ron Schuler is going to stay out there, it looks like, and leading off for the Mets will be Bud Harrelson. Harrelson is 0 for 1. 1 for 2. We got a base hit his last time up. Schuler has 3 more batters he can face before tiring. 5-3 Mets, bottom of the 6th. Schuler 1-1. That's a walk. 13. Yes, he will walk Harrelson. And again, the Mets get the leadoff man on base. Next batter is supposed to be Mickey Lolich, but he is going to come out of the game. He did a heck of a job. The Mets are going to go to the bench, and I think as they should. This game is important, and coming up to pinch hit for the Mets will be Felix Millan, 282 average, a homer, 35 RBIs. Millan will pinch hit, even though Lolich was 2 for 2 tonight, but the Mets need are going to go to the bullpen instead for now with a 5-3 lead. Rabbit ears, oh yes. Ultraman, Inspector Man, yes, used to watch them all. Harrelson on at first. Phillies a double play depth. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. That is an 8. And, nope, that's going to be too high for a hit and run, so Millan will swing normally. Schuler with the pitch. 4-2. That's a walk. 14, no. Millan will swing away. 4-4 against a right-hander. That's a base hit right past the third baseman for a single. Harrelson will hold at second, but it's a base hit, a pinch hit for Felix Millan, and the Mets are in business. Another hit for the Mets, and it brings up the top of the order with Bruce Beauclair. Beauclair is 2 for 3 tonight, having a good night. 5-3, bottom of the 6th. Double play depth. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. That is a 4, no. Schuler will get ready to pitch. The Phillies will probably go to the bullpen on the next one here. Schuler will pitch it. 4-1. Range play. Beauclair will swing. 5-1. That is a base hit past the second baseman, but that is a range play, and that is hit to Cash. Cash's range is a 3, but the infield is halfway. His range is a 2. Right past him for a base hit for Beauclair. Single. But Harrelson's base running rating is a 3. He will score from second. Millan's base running rating is a 2, and he will not make third. He has to hold it second on the single past second. But the Mets get the run back and now lead 6-3 on an RBI single by Beauclair. Stadium and Section 518 cheer. Yay! As Jeremy Marshall joins us here at William H. Shea Stadium. Runners at first and second, now 6-3 Mets. The batter is Phillips, and that's going to be all for Ron Schuler. He has reached his fatigue batters. He is done. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. So they got left, right. So I think the Phillies will bring in a lefty here. Let's see. Who do you bring in? Phillies did not have many transactions throughout the year. Do you bring him in this case? You're down by 3 runs. You know what? I think you bring in. I don't think you really bring him in, but I guess you got to bring in a stop. I guess you got to bring in the stopper. You got to bring in the stopper. Coming on to pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies will be Tug McGraw. McGraw's going to try to stop this. And McGraw, he has 7 wins, 6 losses, 11 saves, a 2.50 ERA. Here's Tug McGraw. Mets lead 6-3. Runners at first and second. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Mike Phillips, the batter, he is 0 for 3. Let's see what McGraw can do. He is due to bat. He's due to bat second. He's not going to stay out there long. So the Phillies are just going to use him for this 1 inning. So no double switch. McGraw will pitch. We'll first see if anything happening on the bases. That is a 12, nothing. McGraw, 5-3, walk, 6. Yes, he walks Phillips. Phillips walks on that 6, and the bases are loaded. McGraw comes in and gives up a walk, and the runners will advance. And the bases are loaded for Billy Baldwin. Baldwin is 1 for 3, has a triple on a sacrifice fly. A big chance for the Mets to blow this game wide open. McGraw will pitch to Baldwin. The Phillies are going to play infield in, so the double play would go from home to first if there is one. McGraw, anything on the bases first? 3, no. McGraw ready to deal. And that's a 2-3. That is a range play at the park. Shea Stadium, 3-6. That is a fly ball to left field. That ball is hit to Greg Luzinski. That's not who you want it hit to if you're a Philly fan. His range is a 1. No, he doesn't get it. Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a base hit for Billy Baldwin. Mian comes in to score. It's a single to left. Beauclair, base running rating is a 3. Single to left, +1 is a 4. Luzinski's arm, +1 is a 5. A 1-5, Beauclair scores. Yes, he does. He comes in to score. On the 1, Mike Phillips has a base running rating of 3. He will make third. Billy Baldwin's base running rating is a 2 with the 1. He will take second. Actually, I got to roll for that. That is a 6. No, he does not. He stays at first. But Phillips does go to third on the throw. And the Mets have 2 runs in, and they now take an 8-3 lead. Stadium and Section 518 cheer. Yay! An RBI single by Billy Baldwin. No, he doesn't have brothers who are actors. Jeez. Not Alec or, you know what? All you guys in the chat, you guys have you guys have issues, right? A lot of issues. Runners at first and third. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. The Mets are bombing the Phillies tonight, 8-3, as McGraw gives up a huge single as Luzinski couldn't get to it. And here comes Kong. Kong is 0 for 3. The infield is now going to call for a double play death. Phillies want to just get out of the inning. It's 8-3, and the Phillies are beginning to see the writing on the wall here in the bottom of the 6th. And no more strat roll, so McGraw will pitch. 5-4. That's a walk. 11 against the lefty. Yep, he walked Kingman. And this inning is really getting out of hand for the Phillies. And once again, the bases are loaded. And here's Ed Kranepool. Kranepool is 2 for 3. Kingman coaxes a walk. He will take it. McGraw came in here to try to get some outs, and he can't even get that. Kranepool is 2 for 3. The infield is still going to play a double play depth. No strat roll. McGraw will go ahead and pitch. 6-1, strikeout 9. Yes, got him. He gets Kranepool and finally gets an out. Struck him out number 1. Kranepool will head back to the bench. Stager is now up. Stager is 1 for 3. Stager is 1 for 3. 3 more batters left for McGraw. McGraw had a lot of strikeouts that year, hence the special K he has on the card. Bases are loaded. McGraw will pitch to Stager. 1 out. Infield is still a double play depth. 1-6 for McGraw against the righty. Strikeout plus, and that 14 will get Stager 2 outs. And McGraw reached back to fire a good-sized fastball, and that's out number 2. And now next up is John Stearns. Stearns is 1 for 3, has a double. The infield now goes back to normal. Bases loaded. McGraw ready to go ahead and pitch to Stearns. 8-3 Mets. Pitch from McGraw. 6-3. Double question mark. Stearns a right-hander. A A 1-14 is a base hit up the middle. That's a 12 single for John Stearns. Stearns comes through with a big single right back up the middle. Phillips will score. Coming around third, Billy Baldwin. He will score on a base hit right up the middle. Kingman's base running rating is a 4 with 2 outs. He will make third. Stearns goes to first. 10-3 Mets. Stadium and Section 518 cheer. Yay! Mets now lead 10-3. Where was this offense in 1976? It's all I want to know. RBI single for Stearns will score 2 runs easily. And we'll move Kingman to third. And the next batter is Bud Harrelson, and that's going to be it from McGraw as he comes in here and is totally ineffective. And now with a 7-run lead, Phillies might now just try to play some mop-up. They're going to bring in a righty to pitch to Harrelson. And it's probably just need someone that can get just 1 out. Because the pitcher is due up next. And actually, I may do a double switch here. Since it is this, I may have a double switch. So let's see what we're going to do here. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be Wayne Twitchell. 3 wins, 1 loss, a save, a 1.75 ERA. And let's see what we're going to do here. Twitchell's going to come into the 8th spot. So Larry Boa, who was due to lead off in the inning, is going to come out of the game. Terry Harmon will take over at shortstop, and Wayne Twitchell will now bat in the 8th spot. So we have a double switch, and I got to mark that on the board here. So now the pitcher and shortstop is here. So now, oh, shoot, wrong one. So pitcher, shortstop. So now it's the pitcher, and now it is Harmon, as Boa is out of there, and Harmon is a 3-10. So Terry Harmon will take over at shortstop as they do the double switch. Wayne Twitchell will now come on to pitch. He'll pitch to Bud Harrelson. G-Puck joins us here at Shea Stadium. 2 outs. Mets lead 10-3. Another ball game where the Mets have scored 10 or more runs. Runners at first and third. Harrelson at the bat. Twitchell becomes the 4th Philly pitcher. No strat. Twitchell with the pitch. 4-5. That's a range play. Harrelson will swing. 1-2. That's a fly ball to center field. That's hit to Gary Maddox. Maddox's range is a 5. And he's got it with no problem, and that will end the inning finally. As the Mets send 10 to the plate. 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 3 walks in the inning, and the Mets have a 10-3 lead after 6. But as you guys know, no game is in the books here at RJL 518. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Phillies will be the new shortstop, Terry Harmon, who comes in for Boa on the double switch. Harmon, .295 average, no homer, 6 RBIs. Mets need a pitcher. And they got 3 right-handers coming up for the Phillies. So the Mets, I think, will bring in a righty. And coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Ken Sanders. The funny thing about Ken Sanders is Sanders will not be on the Mets at the end of the year. He will be purchased. He will not be on this team midway through the month, so I might as well use him while I have him for the Mets. Ken Sanders, 1 win, 2 losses, save, a 2.70 ERA. He will be on somebody else come playoff time. And yes, it is one of the playoff teams that we probably will see. Won't tell you who it is, though, unless you guys already know. Harmon will go up against Sanders, top of the 7th. 2-2, that's a possible error. Harmon will swing. 3-6, that's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit. That ball is hit to Harrelson. Harrelson's error rating is a 10. That's a 3. It goes right between his legs and into the outfield. Harrelson commits an error. And Harmon will be safe at first. That's a grounder. That's going to be an E6 on Bud Harrelson. And that will be the first error on the Mets. They didn't have any in the game, in the actual game. So Harmon goes to first on an error, and Sanders can't believe it. So now it brings up a double play death. And that batter now will be Dave Cash. Cash is, or is that? No, we need a pinch hitter for Twitchell. I'm sorry. No, I'm not pinch hitter for Twitchell. Cash is the batter. I'm sorry. Cash is the batter. Runner on first. Terry Harmon. On first base. There is no strat roll. Pitch from Sanders. 6-3. That's a strikeout. 20. That's too high. Cash rarely struck out that year. 4-3. That's a grounder to short. This time Harrelson will get it. Let's see if they turn 2. 2. 1. 2. Second base. Phillips is a 0. 1-2. Yes, they do. 2 outs. They get the twin killing. Two men down as Sanders gets the twin killing. And now here's Gary Maddox. Maddox is 1 for 3. Sanders ready to go. He'll pitch to Maddox. And that's a 3-4. That's at the park. Shea Stadium will say 3-6. And that's a fly out to left field. And that will do the inning. No runs, no hits. There was an error on the Mets. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Don't forget, we have the 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. And I know I told you guys I would be choosing the games with a 10-minute ticker after that. But really, I looked at the schedule for September 7th, and there really is only one matchup you got to put on here. We're going to stay in New York, but we're going to cross the George Washington Bridge to go to the Bronx tomorrow. And it will be the biggest rivalry in sports once again tomorrow night. It will be the Boston Red Sox taking on the New York Yankees. Louis Tiant, El Presidente, will go for Boston. Doc Ellis will pitch for the Yankees. The Yankees trying to wrap up the American League East. The Red Sox trying to stay alive in the playoff race. They are right now barely a half game ahead of the Orioles in third. We'll see what happens with the 10-minute ticker tonight. Red Sox and the Yankees tomorrow night. That will be the game for tomorrow. Bottom of the 7th, Mets lead 10-3 over the Phillies. Wayne Twitchell coming up to bat. And we are going to see a new pitcher as Ken Sanders was due to lead off. The pitcher's spot here tonight is 3 for 3. Leading off for the Mets will be John Milner. He'll pinch hit. John Milner, 271 average, 15 homers, 78 RBIs. He leads off for the Mets here in the bottom of the seventh. Take the Triborough from Ron. Well, that's true, Triborough. When I say Washington, I meant Triborough. It's been a while for me. I've been in Florida too long. Florida. My state's got issues. Twitchell will go ahead and pitch. 4-4. That's a blank. Milner will swing. 3-5. That's a ball hit to right field. That is a 17 against a righty. Is just a little too high, and it's going to be a fly out to right. That's the first time the pitcher spot has gone into the out column, and that is the first out. Bruce Beauclair is next. He is 3 for 4. Beauclair having a great night tonight. Twitchell will go ahead and pitch. 4-1. That's at the park. Shea Stadium. 4-4. And that's grounded at the plate. That'll get picked up by Boone, and he'll throw to first for out number 2. And now here's Mike Phillips. That's now the Robert Kennedy Bridge, yeah. Phillips is 0 for 3. He walked his last time up. Twitchell ready to pitch. 5-2. That's a range play. Phillips 3-6. That's a base hit to right field, but it is a range play. And Ollie Brown is there. His range is a 2. They won't get that one. That's still going to be a base hit, a single to right for Phillips. And Mike Phillips gets his first hit of the game, actually. He was one of only a couple players who didn't get in the hit column. 2 outs, and now Billy Baldwin is up next. What a game he's having. He's 2 for 4, a triple and a single tonight. Only 22 at-bats for the Mets that year in 76, but he was in the lineup tonight. 2 outs, 10-3 Mets. Twitchell with the pitch, 6-4, strikeout, 5. Got him, struck him out, and that will end the inning. So no runs for the Mets. They do get a hit. And after 7, 10-3, the Mets lead by a touchdown. We go to the top of the 8th inning. The Mets holding on to a 10-3 lead. Michael Jack Schmidt is the first batter up. There are 3 right-handers coming up for the Phils. The Mets have a 7-run lead. Let's see who they want to bring in to pitch. And they're going to have Nino Espinoza come up to pitch with a 7-run lead. Met bullpen actually was pretty good too. Nino Espinoza, 4 wins, 4 losses, a 3.67 ERA. He had no saves. But Espinoza will get the call here on the top of the 8th inning. Status Pro Baseball. Status Pro Baseball is an excellent game. Used to play it a long time ago. Espinoza with the pitch. 5-5 against a righty. Strikeout plus. 17 nails. Schmidt easily struck him out. Espinoza strikes out Schmidt. Espinoza had 30 Ks in 76. Next batter is Greg Luzinski. Luzinski 1 for 3. Espinoza goes ahead and deals 1-3, and that's a walk. 12 is too high. Luzinski will swing. 5-6, that's a fly out to left. And that is the second out. And here comes Dick Allen. Allen is 0 for 2. He did walk in the game. Espinoza there. Ready to pitch. 6-5. Range play at the park. Shea Stadium says 2-4. That's gonna be a fly ball to right field. That is hit to Kingman. It is a range play. Kingsman's range is a 2. Yep, he's got it on the run, but he makes the catch and retires aside. Mets are getting some good defense in the outfield tonight, minus the error. It's a fly to right, and 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 10-3. And speaking of Kong, here is Kong. Dave Kingman will come up to bat. Kingman has yet to get in the hit column, is the only batter that's not done so. He is 0 for 3. 10-3. Twitchell will pitch to Kingman. Pitch from Twitchell. 5-6. That's a walk. 5. No, too high. Kingman will swing. 2-2. That's a ball hit to left field. That is a 6 against the righty. Kingman finally gets into the hit column. That's a base hit. And the crowd gives Kingman a cheer. Yay! Every player on the Mets has gotten a hit. Good hit by Kingman, and the Mets get a man on. And that will bring up Ed Kranepool. Kranepool is 2 for 4. Infield goes to double play depth. Twitchell with the pitch. 4-3. Range play at the park. Shea Stadium 6-1. That's a pop-up behind the plate to Boone. Boone's range is a 4. He'll make the catch. That's a foul out. Out number 1 as Kranepool pops out behind the plate. Nice play by Boone. Out number 1. Here's Steger. Steger is 1 for 4. Nope, no meatball for Kingman. Twitchell will go ahead and pitch. 5-6. That's a walk chance. That 9. Nope, that's too high. Steger does have a 9, but -1 from the stadium makes it an 8. Steger will swing. 4-6, and he grounds it to third. Is this a double play? 3-0-4. Second base cash +1 is 5. Yep, he got it. Double play, inning over. 5-4-3 double play gets the Phillies out of it. But the Mets have a 7-run lead after 8. Will we see some ninth inning magic? No runs and a hit for the Mets. Leading off for the Phillies. Leading off for the Phillies is Ollie Brown. Brown will bat. Brown is 2 for 3. Has a double and a single tonight. Nino Espinosa will pitch to Brown. Espinosa with the pitch. 6-4. That's a wild pitch. Ball 1. Espinosa again. 2-3. That's a range play. Ollie Brown will swing. 1-3. That's a fly ball to center field. That's it to Beauclair. Beauclair's range is a 4. He won't get it. That's going to be a base hit. Single or double. That's going to be a double for Ollie Brown. Ollie Brown leads off the inning with a double, and the Phillies start with a man on second. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 closing inning at RJL 5-1-8? I think not. Ollie Brown is now 3 for 4, has had a great night. And now the batter is Bob Boone. And Boone is 0 for 3. He's yet to get a hit. Mets are going to play the infield normal. You're up by 7 runs. But we know what. But there has been some big times here at RJL 5-1-8. Espinosa will pitch to Boone, and that's a 1-6. Strikeout 1. Got him. Struck him out. He gets Boone on a K. And that is the out, and that is the first out. Wayne Twitchell coming out. The pitcher is due up next. Let's see who the Phillies are going to bring out the bat, and that is going to be Bobby Tolan. Bobby Tolan, 261 average, 5 homers, 35 RBIs. Tolan will go up against Espinosa. He still has a few batters left in him. We'll see how long he can go. Espinosa will pitch, will go up against Upham. 10-3 Mets, 1 out, top of the 9th. Espinosa will the pitch. 5-2 against the lefty. That's a blank. Tolan will swing. 4-2. That's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be out number 2. And Ollie Brown with a base running rating of 2. He's not going anywhere. You're down by 7 runs. You're not doing that. So now 2 outs. And now the batter is Terry Harmon. Harmon came in at shortstop for Boa in the double switch. So Harmon is 0 for 1. Espinosa will go ahead and pitch to Harmon. Espinosa ready. Shea Stadium ready to cheer a big win. Espinosa, 5-6 against the righty, strikeout 20. That's too high. Harmon will swing. 6-2, fly ball center field. Getting under it is Beauclair. Beauclair gets under it, taps his glove, puts out his glove, block, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. And the Mets have a happy recap as the Mets beat the Phillies tonight 10-3. Big game win for your New York Mets. No runs and a hit for the Phillies as the Mets get a big home win against the Phillies tonight. And that is a big win for the Mets, as the Mets need wins. I'll take that victory, absolutely no problem. Don't go away. Final line score and 10-minute ticker coming right up. For the Mets, 10 runs on 16 hits and 1 error. For the Phillies, 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Mickey Lolich will pick up the win, and Larry Christensen does take the loss tonight. There is no save. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball of Replay Sports. First thing we'll do is mark the Mets get the win over the Phillies, and we'll put that on the board. As the Mets get a big win on Philadelphia, now we need some help. So let's see how the rest of the 5th of September goes. Yankees against Baltimore. The Yankees' magic number is 8, and Baltimore needs wins. They're only a half game behind Boston for 3rd. Yankees have a 14. That's a 52, and that is going to be 6 for the Yankees. Baltimore has an 8. And that's a 43, and that's going to be 4 runs, and the Yankees will beat Baltimore. Next up, Oakland at California. Big series out there. Oakland with a 10. Oakland 24, that is 2. California has a 4. 44, and that is 3. The Angels will beat the A's. That's a big win for California. And now a win by Kansas City, and the Royals will take over first place in the American League West. Boston at Cleveland. Very big game here. Boston with a 12. 23, and that is 3 runs. Cleveland has a 9. 53, and that's going to be 5 runs, and Cleveland will give Boston a loss. So the Red Sox can't stretch their lead over the Orioles in that one. Milwaukee at Detroit. Milwaukee with a 14, 54, and that is 6. Detroit has a 9, 14, and that is 1. That'll be a win for the Brewers over the Tigers. So the Brewers just retook 5th place in the American League East. Both Detroit and Milwaukee, by the way, are officially eliminated. Texas and Kansas City. Texas with a 6. 62, and that's good. That's 6 for them. Kansas City with a 7. If Kansas City wins, they take over first place in the division. 46, and that is 4. No, the Rangers prevent the Royals from taking the division lead again. And the Athletics stay in first. White Sox at Minnesota. White Sox with a 12. 16, and that's only 1. Minnesota with a 17. 21, and that is 3. That'll be a win for the Twins. That'll be a win for the Twins, and the White Sox fall down there. The Twins stay 3 games back of California for 3rd. Cincinnati taking on Atlanta. Cincinnati with a 17. 43, and that is 6. The Braves have a 7. 16, that's going to be a win for the Reds. 6-1. Cincinnati will get that win over the Braves. And that game belongs to the Reds. St. Louis at the Cubs. Cardinals with a 10. 23, and that is 2. The Cubs have a 6. 22, and that is 1. And a win for the Redbirds, as they beat the Cubs. Dodgers taking on the Astros. Dodgers with a 9. Dodgers 21. That's only 2 runs. The Astros have a 4. 36, and that is 3 runs. And the Astros will win another game as they beat the Dodgers. And the Dodgers now fall to 1 game under 500. Can the Padres or Giants catch up to get a game on them? Pittsburgh at Montreal. I would love to have the Expos beat them this game. Pittsburgh with an 11. 26, and that is 3 runs. The Expos have a 7. 31, and that is 2 runs. Nope. I gain a game on the Phillies, but I do not gain one on the Pirates. So the Pirates get a win, and they will stay 3 games ahead of the Mets. San Diego and the Giants. A doubleheader, a big doubleheader between these two. San Diego is right now a game ahead of San Francisco for 4th. Both are chasing the Dodgers. Very big doubleheader here. San Diego, game 1 with a 4. 45, and that is 3, I believe. Yes. San Francisco with a 9. 46, and that's going to be 5. So the Giants take game 1. Game 2, San Diego with a 12. 21, and that's only 2 runs. San Francisco with a 3. 45, and that is 3 runs. And the Giants take both games from the Padres. And the Giants now flip-flop. So the Giants are now in 4th place, 2 back of the Dodgers. Moving on now to September 6th. Oakland at California. Vita Blue on the mound for the A's. Oakland with a 5. 54, and that is 4 runs. California with a 0. 66, that's going to be 6 runs. And the Angels beat the A's. Another loss for Oakland, and California is now 1 game behind Kansas City for 2nd. Baltimore at Detroit. Baltimore needs to beat the Tigers. Baltimore with an 11. 11. Ugh, that's awful. That's a 0. Detroit has a 10. 16, and that's going to be enough. That's going to be a win, as the Orioles cannot do anything with that, and they lose a game to the Tigers, and you should not be losing games to the Tigers. Texas at Kansas City. Texas with a 9. 36, and that is 4 runs. Kansas City once again has a chance to take over first. They have an 11. 61, that will do it. 7 there, and the Royals have now taken over. Tied Oakland for first place in the division. Both teams, Oakland and Kansas City, are now at 76 and 60. Cleveland at Milwaukee. Big doubleheader for the Indians. Cleveland needs to beat Milwaukee. Cleveland with a 9. Game 1, 25, and that is 2. Milwaukee with a 3, 33, and that is also 2. So we have extras. Cleveland has a clutch of 1, so 1 plus 3 is 4. Milwaukee a clutch of -2, and nope, that's going to be a 4 minus 2 is 2. That's going to be a win for the Indians, and they will beat the Brewers 3-2 in Game 1. Game 2, Cleveland has a 12, 61, and that is 7. Milwaukee has a 5, 54, and that is 4. The Indians will take both games from the Brewers. And with that right now, Cleveland has now really solidified second place in the American League East. White Sox at Minnesota. White Sox with a 10. 23. And that is 2 runs. Minnesota with a 17. 55. And that is going to be 7 runs. Minnesota will beat the White Sox. And the Twins right now are once again back to 4 behind California for third. Boston at the Yankees. We have this game tomorrow. Boston with a 9, 46, and that is 5. That's not a bad roll, but the Yankees have a 14, 26. That's not going to do it. That's going to be 4, and the Red Sox will beat the Yankees. They will beat the Yankees, and with that win, the Red Sox now move a game and a half ahead of Baltimore for third. Mets taking on the Cubs. Mets are up first. Jerry Koosman on the mound for the Mets. Mets have a 12, 34, and that is 4 runs. The Cubs have a 4. I need the Cubs to roll 46 or lower. 32, there we go. That's only going to be 2 runs. The Mets will beat the Cubs, and I've got another happy recap. Next up is Houston and the Reds. Big series there. J.R. Richard on the mound for the Astros. Houston with a 12, 32, and that is 4. The Reds have a 13, 64. Nope, that's going to be 8 runs, and that game belongs to the Reds, and I know Steeler fan will say rigged. But the Astros right now are in firm command of second place at this time. Cardinals and the Expos, doubleheader. St. Louis has it. St. Louis has an 8 in game 1. 51, and that is a 4. The Expos have a 5, 53, and that is also 4, so we have extras there. The Cardinals have a -1 clutch, so 1 minus 1 is 0, and Montreal has a 0 clutch. And that's going to be a win for the Expos. So the Expos will win that game 5-4. Next up, once again, St. Louis has an 8, 42, and that is 4. And the Expos have a 0, 52, and that is 3. So the Cardinals and the Expos will split a twin bill. Phillies and the Pirates. Huge doubleheader here. Huge doubleheader here. This would have been one of the games if I was doing this for the 6th, but huge doubleheader. But we'll see these two teams again. Philadelphia, game 1. The Pirates and Philadelphia are tied at 77 wins, but the Pirates are a half game back because the Phillies have an extra game. Here comes a big doubleheader. Game 1, Philadelphia with a 13, 41, and that is 5 runs. Pittsburgh with a 9, 42, and that is 4 runs. Philadelphia wins the first game. Game 2, Philadelphia with a 12, 62, and that is 7. The Pirates have a 9, 15, and that is 1. And the Phillies beat the Pirates twice in this doubleheader, and that, believe it or not, is huge. And because of that, the Mets are now only a game and a half back of Pittsburgh for second place. But the Mets would have liked it if Pittsburgh would have took at least 1 game from them. The Mets are still 4 back for the division. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers have a 5, 21, and that's only 1 run. The Padres have a 4, 52, and that's going to be 4 runs. The Padres will beat the Dodgers. As the Dodgers right now are on a little bit of a skid, they're now to 2 games under 500. Atlanta and the Giants. The Reds had the day off apparently in this game, or rain out or something. Atlanta and the Giants. This is a big game for San Francisco. They got to get a game on the Dodgers. Atlanta with a 15, though. 64. That's a 9 for the Braves. The Giants have a 12. 26. No, that's a 3. And the Braves will beat the Giants in a game really the Giants really could have had. And they stay 2 wins back of the Dodgers. But San Francisco and San Diego are once again tied at 65 wins. But the Padres are actually a half game back of San Francisco for the extra game. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow we will take the Triborough from Shea to Yankee Stadium. The Boston Red Sox take on the New York Yankees. So make sure you tell all those Red Sox fans out there, we got the big, and Salvador America, let him know that it's the Yankees and the Red Sox. Come on, how could I not do another great Yankees-Red Sox game, right? Just not possible. Must have knocked something down or something here. Yeah, we'll fix that. Anyway, that is all for your 10-minute ticker tonight. We'll take it for your 10-minute ticker tonight, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Michael Peterson, world's worst gamer, Steeler fan, Dave Little, BB. Let's see here. Bob B, Keith White, G Puck. Let's see here. I'll make sure I get everyone if possible here. Jeremy Marshall, Sports Time Machine. Make sure you resubscribe to him, guys. Dave Little. Craig Scarborough. Check out all these wonderful channels, of course. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys next time. The New York Mets have a happy recap tonight. 10-3 over the Phillies. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later.